I'm Kevin Coleman with the Saddle Post, and I am also a tour guide and interpreter, local interpreter, and I was invited to speak to the Association of Ohio Pedologists Fall Workshop here in Chillicothe to give some local history. Now, you guys deal with soils.
Right.
What was this event all about, and what do you guys do? Well, introduce yourself first.
Okay, I'm Kathy Sasowsky. I'm past president of the Association of Ohio Pedologists, which is the soil scientist for the state of Ohio. And we have 2 meetings a year. One is in the field, which is this one, and one is in winter time, so it's just talks. But this gives us people an opportunity, soil scientists from all over the state, other people that work in the health department or work in natural resources, an opportunity to come out and see the different types of soils in different areas. We try to rotate around to different locations. We came here because of the glacial history and the fact that we have 2 different periods of glaciation. We have the most recent period of glaciation, which was the Wisconsinan, and then we have an older period, which is the Illinoisan period of glaciation. So we're trying to look at soils and the differences in the soils, appear in different locations on the landscape, so that people can learn.
And a pedologist is a soil scientist?
Correct. Specifically someone who studies the genesis or how the soil horizons are formed and how that relates to the landscape and the landscape position, and then the parent materials, the materials that it came from. In this case, we're looking at a lot of glacial outwash, where the glaciers, as they melted, brought a lot of material, sorted the materials into a lot of sands and gravels, and the soils that then developed on top of that.
And also the bedrock and the proglacial lakes and various other...
Yes, the proglacial lakes occurred in front of the glaciers when there was either seasonal melting or melting of the whole glaciers as the climates changed naturally.
Like when the Taze River was dammed up by the advancing ice sheet?
Yes, the Taze River was an old river system that used to flow north, and then it went west across Ohio and into Indiana, but it was rerouted by the glaciers because as the glaciers came down, of course the water was frozen. It was blocked by a mile thick of ice in parts of Ohio, and so there was a lake that formed as the Taze River was coming. It couldn't keep going that way because there was a big block of ice there, so a big lake formed actually there.
A whole long story which I sometimes talk about in my tours and talks.
Yes.
But this is important to agriculture as well as water control?
Yes, it affects a lot of things. The size of the sediments, which then affect the water flow through the soil, or even the sediments below, their ability to hold water and release water. So it's related to a lot of different issues that are significant.
And I spoke here to give a sort of historical overview, and the Ohio Geological Survey, some members spoke here to talk about geology and the glacial geology.
Yeah, they were talking even about a longer and older history of the bedrock foundation, which we didn't, during this trip, look at very many residual soils. Those are soils that would form on bedrock. We were really concentrating on the newer deposits, what we call the Quaternary deposits, which is the newest period of geologic time, which incorporates both Pleistocene, which is the Ice Age, when there were advances and retreats of glaciers during different periods, with warm periods in between, and then the current period of time, which is the Holocene, which is when it's been warmer temperatures like we experience today.
And people tend to underestimate dirt.
Oh, yes.
But it's critical. Everything is built on it. We live off it.
Yes.
We feed ourselves from it. So it's an important topic. How can people learn more about the Association of Ohio Pedologists?
We do have a website. And sorry, I don't know the
I'll look it up.
But you can find the website. You can also visit the Soil Science Society of America, which is the national organization that some of us are members of as well. They have a lot of good information about soils.
All right, and there's been some fun field trips with or without the rain of going out and looking at the complexities of the soils.
Yes.
All right, Kathy Sasowsky?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.